What's up, everybody? Today's episode is going to be us putting this 72 volt lithium battery in a Cushman Hauler Pro. 9 batteries make 72 volts in this system. Going to get rid of all of these lead acid batteries, and as you've seen, lithium's going in it. Alright guys, so obviously the first thing we need to do is your cart should have a tow run switch like this one here, a little toggle switch. Normally they do say tow and run on them, but they also have these pictures here. This shows another cart towing this cart, so you want to flip it into that tow mode and make sure your key switch is off. And then I'm going to take the main power off of this first before I do anything else, just because it's 9 separate batteries and there's so much going on cable wise and watering system wise here. The safest thing to do is to get your main power off. Now, being it's a 72 volt system, those 2 power cables are going to be really weird in this situation. So our main positive lead will most likely have the letters BL plus. If it's still original, nobody's fooled with it. Gonna get that off, get your charging wire off, and then at the very back battery you're gonna have also a BL minus, and so that's your main negative as well. And then you'll get your charger wire off of that, and your full battery pack will be off of the system completely. And then you can just focus on getting all your cables off. And pop out just like that, pop out the water in the system, because you're not gonna be able to reuse it. You're gonna have no need to reuse it, because when you go lithium, you never have to worry about water again, because you go from 9 batteries to 1. So we're looking at taking off about 300 pounds off of this golf cart. Alright guys, batteries are out, even in the back. Now when you go to put your brackets in that comes with the battery, you're gonna have to cut off the old hold down tabs from the middle tray, because your battery is going to sit right in the middle. And so you can either use the front section or the back. Alright, so it might be a little bit more of a headache to get into here, but in all reality, if you put it in the back, you won't have to add cable except for to your battery negative to reach the battery. I'm going to be keeping my main power cable because it is plenty long enough to get to the positive of the battery. And so those are minor little details that you have to do. Alright guys, so we got our brackets in, got our tabs cut off. That way the battery will sit in there really nicely. This particular Cushman, where it's a 72 volt, it's got a specialty system in it that the voltage reducer is built into the OG charger. And so with that being the case, you are gonna have to leave that charger in this golf cart. Okay, now that does not mean you have to use, here's a charge port for it, does not mean that you have to use it for charging, because it will not work for lithium. It's only set up for your lead acid style batteries, but the charger needs to have power to it so that it can power up your lights and any of the other accessories that the cart runs off of, like our electric bed here. So I've got to get the wires that come from the charger, your white wire, your double red fuse link, and the black wire that is going to give the charger power to operate the reducer, but not the charging system. But this particular model, you have to leave that charger in, the OG charger in the golf cart. So alright guys, so I'm at the point now where I'm gonna get my cables in before I get the battery put in. That way it's all squared away in that department. I don't have to come back and fight none of this. In the Cushman model, this plate here covers your electronics, controller. This is a special module for like the charging operation and stuff like that. And then of course your solenoid is going to be, you can see where that cable hooks right there. There's your solenoid back there. Alright guys, so we've got everything put to the cart now. A couple of little quick things I'm going to tell you about here that's not normally in a cart. One of them is going to be the display. So you'll have to cut you a 2-inch hole for this display anywhere, but this golf cart already had a 2-inch display here. Matched up perfectly to where I could put this display back in the old place. Looks like it's not ever not been like that. Charge port in the place of the old one. 4 screws holds the new plate to the body, and then 3 screws holds the port itself to your plate. Then you're going to come over here and put your charger in. Green charge cord, see I ran it in behind the cart. Comes in and comes down into the battery. Here's your positive. The negative tucks up underneath nicely. And then like our display wire that comes out of the dash here, we run it down under the cart, through the frame rail, and back up into the battery compartment. And then you're just going to zip tie it nice and tidy out of the way. Plugs into your battery here. Then you can see your Bluetooth receiver there, because this battery is Bluetooth capable. And then it just plugs in there to the battery itself. Turn the battery on right there, or you can turn it on with that little white dot right there. That is another super cool thing that they've incorporated into the battery system here, is you can just reach up here and turn your battery on or off. If your display ever goes bad, you can still power up your golf cart with the power button there on the battery itself. I just put the battery in, hook the power to it, which is just really easy. You pull it off the old battery pack, put your cables to the lithium battery, hook your charger in, and your accessory stuff. Charger, solenoid, battery, everything you need to get this thing in your golf cart, no matter what voltage you have, guys. This thing is the truth. We love this battery. We love this company. The guys are great at Bolt Energy. And as always, guys, thanks for watching these videos. Grab that like, hit the comments if you got any questions about it, and don't forget to grab the subscribe button for us. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you're getting all these videos, guys. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all.